Leave these products alone. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Beast of Ecom, and I am back with another video dropping nothing but value bombs. If this is the first time ever watching one of my videos, hello and welcome. If you're into e-commerce, you're into Shopify, you're into dropshipping, you are in the right place. So make sure you like, comment, and of course smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, so you stay up to date with my latest content, because you do not want to miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Now, we all know one of the hardest parts out there is to find products, find winning products, or what sort of products that you should be looking for. And there's tons of videos that are out there suggesting what sort of products you should be looking for, where to find them. You know, I've got videos out there as well on, you know, the sort of products and how to find them. But there's not many videos that are out there on what products not to sell. Yeah, that's right. There's some products I suggest you shouldn't sell, especially if you're drop shipping, more specifically if you're drop shipping from China. So let's jump into the video and let's get on with it. Right, so let's jump in to this video on products to avoid drop shipping. Let's get on with it. Now, the first one, clothing. Now, I know some people actually have clothing stores, okay, and you can do them correctly. However, with that being said, I see people who have, you know, swimwear, clothing, women's swimwear stores, clothing, women's clothing, and all these sorts of things, okay, selling clothing. But let me tell you something, Chinese sizes are never the same as US sizes. They are never the same. Chinese sizes are so small, it's unreal. So like a Chinese medium will be like a US extra small, or something crazy like that. Sizes are so small, it's unreal. And even when they state US sizes, okay, you may have a supplier and it says like US sizing, you know, it's generally off. It won't be bang on US sizes, okay? You know, that's generally what I found from experience and trying to sell clothing. And what you're going to end up with is more returns and exchanges due to stuff not fitting. How many times have you purchased stuff here, you know, in your local country and return it because it doesn't fit? Well, if you're doing this and drop shipping from China, okay, you run a higher risk, okay, of getting returns, getting exchanges and all these sorts of things, because the sizes are just completely bonkers. And of course, finally, it doesn't look as good as the pictures, okay? You may be advertising something on Facebook of a bikini with a beautiful looking lady. You know, it all looks fantastic. Colors look rich. Fantastic, okay? The person gets it, unwraps it, and it looks naff. You know, it looks absolutely BS crap. So, you know, that's one thing to be aware of as well. Things don't look as good as the pictures. Now, don't get this confused with print on demand, okay? Drop shipping is kind of like print on demand, you know, whereby you're never actually touching stuff. But with that being said, print on demand is totally fine, you know, because basically the print on demand company will be, you know, local essentially. They'll be basically in the US, or the fulfillment company will be in the US, and the sizes are all fine. So don't get this confused with print on demand. Print on demand is fine. It's only if you drop shipping clothing from China that you may run into these issues. Moving on. Copyright and trademarked items, okay? Now, I see people with websites, okay, you know, I get DMs and messages here and there, check out my store, review my stores and stuff like that. And now and again, when I get time, I'll click on it and have a look. And I still people with Harry Potter, you know, or Fortnite t-shirts, or Fortnite, you know, trinkets, or whatever it may be. But let me tell you something. If you're selling these products, you're going to run into trouble. And a lot of it, you can run into some big trouble if you carry on doing it. You run the risk of getting a C&D, okay, a cease and desist, which basically means stop selling it or we're going to goddamn sue you, okay, from big companies. So if you start getting any sort of cease and desist and stuff like that, stop it, and it's not worth it at all, okay? I know Shopify and can your product offline, okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. But what I mean in this bullet point here is Shopify can take your product offline. So if you are selling trademark products and Shopify catch wind of it, whether someone's reported it, whatever it may be, Shopify can just take your product completely offline. And of course, Facebook can ban your ad account, which you do not want. Again, both Shopify and Facebook will have in their policies not to sell trademarked stuff, you know, only if you have the license and stuff like that. And of course, worst case, you can end up with a lawsuit and getting sued. Is it worth it when there's tons of different products that are out there? Absolutely not. So please stay on the right side. Okay, yes, it might be easier to sell trademark goods. Yes, the fans might be a little bit more easier to convert, but just stay away from it. Okay, but with that being said, I'll always give you a solution. Okay, if you still want to go down this route, which is fine, but find licensed suppliers if you want to. Okay, do a Google on, you know, licensed Star Wars supplier, whatever it may be, and find a licensed supplier. It's all you need to do. Just do a Google and find a supplier, and you know, they will send you out contracts and stuff like that, because they already have the license and allow you to sell it as like a third party. So if you do want to go down this route, make sure you find a licensed supplier. Okay, moving on, low margin items. Okay, if you're selling low margin items, you know, you're gonna find it hard to scale when you start to scale. You're gonna find it hard to scale with the rising costs, because obviously as you increase your budgets, as you scale up, you know, your cost per conversions are gonna creep up as well. So you're gonna be left with little to no margin. Now try and aim for, you know, $15 to $20 profit as a minimum. Okay, more is always better. This is just kind of like minimum ballpark numbers, you know, after cost of goods and transaction fees, which a lot of people miss out. Okay, don't underestimate your transaction fees, because they do add up. Again, they're not much, but they do add up. So make sure you factor in your transaction fees as well. So if you do minimum product, if you are doing a minimum of $15 profit, then you know you can work up to about $10 per cost per conversion, which is going to leave you with $5 profit. You know that you've got your cost of goods in there. You know that you've got your transaction fees in there, and yeah, you've got your advertising costs in there as well. So make sure you are working that all out. Leave these to the upsells, backend, and email if possible. But if you are going to go down this route, I have got another video on a strategy using this sort of low product way of selling. Use it as a bundle. Okay, you know, if you do want to sell so that people are buying more than one product, you know, they may come onto the site and buy 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it may be, but make sure that it's done in the bundle way so that they're buying more than one, which adds on to the profit. Next, non-unique general BS. Okay, so products that can be found anywhere. For example, nail clippers. Who on earth is dropshipping nail clippers? Okay, stuff that is just completely, that can be found in Walmart, can be found in, you know, Tesco's if you're over here, Asda, whatever it may be. Cotton buds. You know, you're not gonna dropship just unique, non-unique general BS stuff. Okay, it may seem simple, but there are stores and maybe newbies who are coming into the game may think that these things can sell. Believe me, they won't. So they have no uniqueness, no quirky features, and they aren't being sold to a passionate audience. Okay, or they just don't solve a problem. If that is the case, just leave it alone. If you do, as obviously as a solution, okay, to this, if you want to find out all my other videos as well on how to find products, where to find them, what sort of things to be looking for, then check out my other videos, okay? But make sure it solves a problem, or it's unique and it's got a wow effect and it's being sold to a passionate audience. Moving on, okay, I think this is the final one. But very expensive electrical items. Now this can be done, and I have done it before, okay, sold very expensive electrical items, okay, but please vet the product and the supplier first, okay. If you can afford to buy it in and, you know, mess about with it for a day or so, and actually put it to the test, then do so. If you can't, make sure you check in all reviews, you know, and make sure you check out the supplier, because of course what you don't want is, if the product has faults, you will be left out of pocket. If a product's costing you like nearly $50 to purchase and it's being sent from China, remember this is just if you are drop shipping from China, okay? If the product's coming from China, stuff has to come from China to, say, the US, okay? And it's going through a ton of logistics, you know, so it's getting bumped around here and there. If it arrives broken or it's got faults, you're going to be left out of pocket. People are going to want their money back because you're going to be charging a lot for the product anyway, okay, if it's costing you $50, you know, but make sure that the product does work. Like I say, this can be done, but of course, make sure you do your research. If the supplier, you know, try and get a guarantee from the supplier of any products or any faults that go wrong, that the supplier can resend the product, okay, or send out the broken part, so that nothing's really coming out your pocket and you don't have the customer doing disputes via PayPal or whatever it may be, because like I say, it's gonna hurt your pocket, okay, if you're left with broken products which cost you $50 to buy, okay. So try and get a guarantee in place from your supplier so that they can ship out new stuff, they can ship out the product again, ship out the broken parts, whatever it may be, so that you can then, of course, offer that service to the customer to say, yep, we've got a guarantee for a year, 12 months, whatever it may be. And of course, it's always better to find a local supplier for very expensive electrical goods if possible. But like I said, it can be done. This is one of those that can be done, but you know, just be wary. And pretty much all of these can be done, okay, but going from experience, going from being in this game for you know, years on end now, you know, I'd advise to if you're a newbie, advise, you know, try to avoid these ones. But if done correctly, you can still do them. They just take a lot more work. So so yeah. And of course, last but not least, value bombs. As always, I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, please do like, comment, and of course, smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so you stay up to date with all of my latest content. There's still tons of products that are out there that you can sell, of course. And remember, this is more specifically to if you are drop shipping from China. If you're not drop shipping from China and you are finding a local supplier which makes refunds and returns and stuff like that a little bit easier, then you shouldn't really have much of an issue. But if you are drop shipping from China and you are selling clothing, you are selling these sorts of different products, then you may have some issues. So just be aware of it. I have got a link to my free mastermind course. I'm in there, other marketers are in there, all helping each other out with e-commerce and networking. The link is down below for that. That is it for this video, and I'll be back with another one, dropping nothing but value bombs as I always do. So take care, and I'll see you later. Your ass, yeah.